Hello again everyone, this is Game Collector, and this week I continue my Transformers Prime Cyberverse line with Transformers Cyberverse Megatron, or Prime Cyberverse Megatron. And yeah, he's a little space jet, and I'm going to, since this is obviously a review, I'm going to get this out of the way right now. Right there on this little marred white spot, that would normally be a peg. Well, I'll get into that right now. I'll get into that little detail later, but it's probably obvious what it is. Anyway, it turns into a Cybertronian jet of some sort, loosely resembling the one from the TV show. And he comes with a little energon weapon, which is mounted right here. Well, you can mount it here. He has two hard points, or no, 4. He has one here, one there, and one on his wings. There and there. Now, this little point right there will come into play after you transform him. So, to transform him, you unclip this little peg, little tiny hole right there. Like so. And you do the exact same thing. Now, with the arms, as I was saying before, this would normally peg in to that little round hole. But the peg is so poorly made that it snapped off the first day I had him. Not even 10 minutes, and it broke. So I just try to slide it in best I can when he's in vehicle mode, just to hide it. Plus it works better this way anyway, because his arms also have to connect to these little tabs on his behind. So, but before you fold his arms out, you fold down what would become his chest. Or, fold those pieces up. Okay, this isn't working. You fold them about halfway. Fold his chest all the way down. And yes, his entire torso is transparent purple plastic. Now he doesn't want to connect. There we go. He doesn't always do that, but when he does, it's infuriating. Anyway, you fold these up about halfway, and then when you close the chest, like it took me about a few minutes to do, you can fold them up the rest of the way, and then you can fold the arms up, move the little sword, and rotate the cannon into its proper position. And yes, the little barrel barrel cover should be on the downside for this version of the figure. You have to lower the camera even more. And as for this, it's a little sword which you can mount on his back for storage, so it's like he doesn't even have it. It's probably like the best out of the 3 Cyberverse Prime figures I have. Megatron probably has the best storage on his back. And if you actually want to use it as a weapon, he can You can plug it into that little wrist point so it can simulate his arm sword from the show. Or you can actually make him hold it like a physical sword. And yes, this can be held by Prime and Magnus. I just don't feel like bringing them out right now. I might do an amended video for that, but for the time being, his posability goes ball-jointed shoulder of sorts, so he can get all that. A hinge shoulder, so he can fold in and out. And ball-jointed elbow. Hinge knee, and if you use that little hinge in there for the transformation, he sort of has a double joint there. And considering this is a Cyberverse figure, don't expect a lot of articulation out of that, because technically it's a scout class. Which, probably, these things are pretty well priced for the most part. Again, that aside, if you're on a budget, I do have to suggest you get him, because these are very good on a budget, if you can't afford the big $20 one. And speaking of budget, he comes with a little card, and he's Series 2, number 4. Strength 10, Intelligence 10, Speed 9, Endurance 10, Rank 10, Courage 7, Fire Blaster Firepower 10, and Skill 8. And then below that you have a picture of Megatron from the show, and a little Decepticon faction symbol that says Decepticon Alliance. Now, we'll put that off to the side, and got a picture of the back of the box. Command your world, spaceship mode! And his bio. Let me try to get it all in there. Hopefully you can read that. And if you can, nope, too blurry. There, that should be much better. So you can pause it there. And also note that the little promo art has the part that would normally be solid purple as metallic, which would ruin the gimmick entirely. Because while I have commented on the past 2 Cyberverse figures, and I do not own any of the playsets yet, you can plug a little energy cube onto the back point right there, and then make his chest light up. Even more so, Megatron is the only one whose chest you can make completely transparent by taking his chest armor and folding it down into skirt armor. And there's actually quite a bit of detail in there if you look at it, if you look in there. Granted, you can look at it even closer by having him in ship mode, but whatever. And this is the last Cyberverse review for now, because I don't have any more. And I will see you next week, starting with the full-sized Prime figures. Starting with, well, you're looking at him, just not at full size. Later.